Good afternoon.
Hello.
How big a week is this for you and for your football team?
Champions League week is always a good week. Even if you expect a difficult match, a difficult opponent, it's a big week. Everybody wants to play Champions League. Not everybody can do it. So we are here and we have the chance to play a big match. So, big match, big week.
Jose, how's the reaction been to Saturday from your players?
Reaction? Every player is different. No player is the same. I see different reactions, but sometimes what you see is not really what is inside. I see sad people. I see people that doesn't look like they lost a game. I see so-so, but in the little 2 sessions of training that we had, everything normal. Everybody with desire to work and to play.
José, por aquí. Quería preguntarte por Alexis
Jose,
Sánchez.
I wanted to ask you about Alexis Sanchez. He's not been involved in the last 4 games. Do you see him always with a lot of effort, or is it just a question of numbers? I wanted to ask you how you see him at the moment. How do you see him? I see that he's working hard, but perhaps he lacks that final bit to score goals and create assists. I agree with you.
Do you feel that you're still getting the effort from your players, Jose? The stats show.
Look, I told already in one of the interviews that I had outside, was with BT. I told already that after 20 years of football, or I am still the kid that I was 20 years ago, and I'm still naive, but I still don't believe that the player is not honest. And I told your colleague of BT, is a channel with lots of men that were big players in the past, and I told him, ask these people with great reputation in the game, ask if any time in their career they went to a game not to give the maximum, not to help the club, not to make the fans happy, not to try to give his best. Ask them. And if somebody tells me I was a football player and in one occasion I didn't give my best, then I change my opinion. Until somebody that was a big professional player tells me I was a dishonest player, I will always believe that the players are honest players and the players, they want to give their best. They do it, they don't do it, that's a different story. They perform, they don't perform, that's a different story. But I repeat, or I am naive, or I still believe that the football player is an honest man.
But the stats on their sprints and runs, they were lower than every other Premier League team.
The stats are the stats. The stats are the stats. But one thing are the stats, and another thing is the man himself.
Jose, since Saturday, have you spoken to Ed Woodward? Do you feel as though you need to speak to Ed Woodward?
That's private matter. I'm not asking you who did you speak yesterday or this morning or your last phone call. That's private matter. I'm not going to answer to you.
Jose, if the players are being honest and they are performing to their best and they're not winning, is it their fault you're losing games? Is it your fault they're losing games? What is the reason why you're not winning games? Is it a collective thing?
Exactly. It's a collective thing. The reason why we don't win matches is the same reason why we win matches. It's responsibility of everybody. You know,
so how much
the performance on the pitch, in my opinion, The performance on the pitch is the consequence of many factors. Luke Shaw, for example, told something that I agree, but I don't agree totally, because I am part of it and other persons are part of it. But he says we players are on the pitch, is about us. We have to perform, we have to give more. I like that perspective, but I don't agree totally. Is all of us. Everybody in the club has a role to play. Everybody has a role to play. The kit man has a role to play. The nutritionist has a role to play. So I have a role to play. Everybody has a role to play. When we win, we all win. When we lose, we all lose. And when we lose, the responsibility, I think, is the responsibility of everyone.
I mean, as the manager, you point to your success in the past as the manager. What can you change about yourself and your approach to make it change quickly?
What I can do to improve things, I do. And I will improve the things that depend from me and my work.
Jose, can I just check that you said earlier after the West Ham game that you saw players who didn't look like they'd lost a game? Is that what you said? And do you mean that it looks like they don't care?
But I told that I don't know how to say in English. In Portugal, I know how to say very well, because it's like one of these kind of phrases. Is like sometimes what it looks is exactly the opposite. If you understand what I'm saying, you can be laughing and be the saddest person in the world, and you can be with a very sad face, and you can be a fantastic actor, and inside of you are very happy. So sometimes what you see is not what you get.
So you don't think they don't care?
I think that some care more than others.
Do you want to say who?
No.
Okay, can we move on to the game?
Hola, Jose, ¿qué tal? Dani Gil de la cadena COPE.
Hi, Jose. In the English press today, it says that Zinedine Zidane called you to assure you that he didn't want your position. Is that true? Behind you? Ask the guy behind, because he was the one that wrote it. Just behind you, just the guy there. You can see him. Ask him, he wrote it.
To ask you what you wrote. So instead of ask me...
Zidane, if Zidane has talked with Mourinho. Oh, yeah. But which is your answer? ¿Cuál es tu respuesta?
Ele ha escrito. Preguntas a él.
He's written it. You need to ask him.
¿Podemos saber algo del contenido de esa
Can
conversación?
we know a little bit about the content of that conversation?
Ele ha metido bug en mi teléfono. Pregúntale.
He put a bug on my telephone, so why don't you ask
Questions
him?
on the game, please.
Jose, you have had situations like this before, obviously, in your career when things are not going well. Is this the biggest problem you faced as a manager, the biggest patch, if you like?
I don't know.
Okay, last question.
Jose, you talk about the collective, everybody being responsible, but do you think that if these results continue, then you will lose your job? Do you think your job is on the line?
No, I don't think.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Sí. Sí.
Mister, con todos los respetos,
With all the respect, sir. In Spain, a lot of people, I'm telling you true, people think that you are failing as a manager of Manchester United. They think that you have been disastrous as a manager. Can you say whether that's true or not?
Eu posso dizer que
I can say that the big successes of Atletico Madrid last year was my success 2 years before.
You've played enough football to know this feels like perhaps a difficult time for Manchester United. The manager has just said he thinks some players care more than others. How do you think the players are dealing with what's going on right now?
It's always difficult to when you lose the games. It's always difficult when you don't collect the points and especially when you play in big club, in a club that wants to win the titles, wants to win trophies. So it's very hard, but this is football, this is life, and for sure everyone wants to do better. For sure we know that we didn't play well in the last couple of games, and everyone will try to resolve this situation, because everyone have responsibility for that.
Nemanja, has the start of the season surprised you? Because it seems to be positive, and then you take 2 steps back. Has it surprised you as a group?
Sorry?
Has it surprised you as a group, the difficult start you've had to the season?
Of course that we didn't want that. Of course that we always try to win, and of course that is surprise for everyone. But as I said, we will try to turn this situation, and we will work hard for that.
Nemanja, does this feel like a crisis for a club of Manchester United's reputation and expectations?
Can you repeat the question?
Does it feel like a crisis for a club of Manchester United's level of expectation and reputation?
Of course that when you play for Man United, everyone expects that you win the games, and for sure that when you don't win a few games in a row, is more attention on you, tension also, and we know that we play for the big club, and as I said, we will try to do everything to make better and to make our fans happy, and tomorrow we have a great chance for that.
Okay, Richard. Nemanja, the manager's just said that he believes the players are still giving everything for him on the pitch. It may not have looked like that on Saturday. Can you give a player's perspective on that? Are you still behind the manager?
I think that also on Saturday we didn't play well, but I think that we give our best in that moment. Why we didn't play well? For sure, manager is gonna tell us. For sure, manager is gonna show us some videos where we made mistakes, what we can do better. And this game was really bad, but we also have responsibilities. Everyone have responsibility for that, and I don't believe that any player goes to the pitch to don't give his best. Everyone who starts the game wants to do better for himself, and after that is better for the team. But something wasn't good, and for me, I think that I play one of the worst games since I signed for Man United, and I look to the mirror and I want to see where I made mistakes, what I can do better, and for sure everyone does the same.
Okay, Simon.
Nemanja, people have drawn comparisons to the season after Chelsea won the title under Jose Mourinho and the difficulties that happened then, and obviously Jose ended up getting the sack there. People are drawing comparisons.
Simon, we're not here to talk about Chelsea and the manager there. So
drawing comparisons with that season and now. You were there for both.
It's not, Simon. We're not here to talk about other teams or when the manager was there. So just about United and the game tomorrow.
But it is about United.
So okay.
I don't know. I don't have answer on that question because it's not my job to analyze that.
John, I was going to ask something very similar, but I'll just ask, what is the manager's mood when he's talking to the team? Do you believe all of the players are fully behind the manager? And what is he saying to you to try to get the best out of you?
As I said, it's always difficult when you lose the game. You are not that happy when you lose, or when you win. It's not the same for sure. But the manager is trying to turn this, to try to make the team stronger and ready for the next challenge. So I can say that in the club everyone is giving his best to do better for the team.
Nemanja, Luke Shaw has said that he feels that the players should be showing everyone why they deserve to wear that red shirt of Manchester United. Is tomorrow a good chance for you to do that and prove to the fans that you do all care?
Every day is a new challenge. Every day in football you have to prove why you are wearing the shirt, especially in the big clubs like Manchester United, and doesn't matter what you won in the past. Every day you have to prove that you deserve to be on the pitch, you deserve to play for the big clubs. So I'm agree with him, and tomorrow is the next chance to prove that.
Okay, Neil.
Nemanja, the manager said that the players, the coaching staff, everybody at the club takes collective responsibility when the team doesn't play well. But are the players hurting inside that dressing room? And what can you do tomorrow to put things right? And have the players spoken about the issues and about the problems as a group?
Of course that, as I said already, everyone has a responsibility. Of course that we spoke between us, and we know that the situation is not good. We know that we can do better, and what I can say in this moment is that everyone is trying to do more for the team and to make better results. As I said, tomorrow is a great chance to do that against a big team. So I expect that everyone will give more than on last game, and not only to give more, to be more concentrated in these small details that can cost you a lot against big teams.
So we've got the last two for James, then Dominic here. Thank you.
On Saturday, that performance in general looked out of character from United, from what we've expected from them under Jose. When you're in this kind of run, is there a sense of fear going through the team?
Is the sense of
fear going out each week when you're on a bad run? Is it almost frightening, the pressure on you?
The pressure is always there. All my life I play with the pressure. Also my teammates all life play with pressure, and we don't scare to play. We play football, but everyone is trying to win, especially against Manchester United. Everyone have a big motivation to win, and we know that, and we have to be ready for that. We wasn't ready in last few games, but as soon as possible we have to be ready. We have to know that everyone wants to fight against us, to show that they are better, but we don't scare to play, and I'm sure that we will show that in the next games.
Okay, Nemanja, obviously a run like this, you need leaders. Do you feel that there are enough leaders in the dressing room? And if so, who are the players that are trying to put things right and talking and making the noise in the dressing room?
I don't think that with the talking you can resolve something. The leaders need to be on the pitch. The leaders are the players who don't scare to play. So we will see tomorrow and the next games. We will see who is the leader. For me, if you talk in the dressing room, that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes can help, but the most important is on the pitch.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.